obviously when you want, obviously when you want obviously when you run a website called Zombies Don't Run, most people's going to want to shove zombie movies down your throat and say, hey, what do you think of these? Well, here's the newest one called Deadsight. This one comes from RLJE Films. Used to be Image Entertainment. Then it was like just RLJ or RLRJ. I don't know. It confuses me. But they've changed their name 100 times. But now they're RLJE, and they've released this on DVD. And I will say that it's not half bad. I found it actually shockingly enjoyable. And it is something different in a world where we've basically been beat over the head with The Walking Dead and all those other zombie things that came following The Walking Dead. This does seem a step back in the right direction for something that's a little more creative. The movie starts off with this fellow right here. He's on a wrecked ambulance and he's blind and he cannot see anything, and he stumbles off into a world that has been overtook with probably more infected than zombies type people. We'll call them zombies just for the sake of it, but they're more or less infected. And he's off and running trying to survive, and this chick who is pregnant and a officer is also, off and running on doing her normal routine when she runs across the same tragic event that's taking place. And their stories intertwine together, and that's basically the plot as they try to survive this outbreak. It's a movie that kind of shockingly has a little bit of maybe social commentary on top of it. They mention flu shots and stuff like that here, so that's kind of like the brushed off, but probably the reason why these things are happening is because of a flu shot, which also goes to show you it's more of an infected than a zombie flick, but nonetheless, I digress. There is some nice gore here. There's some tense moments. There's some moments that have you a little bit on the edge of your seat because you kind of don't want to see nothing happen to these characters, because after the way the movie lays its ground, you kind of care a little bit for them. Heads do get blowed off, typical zombie stuff. So it's not bad. The zombies don't necessarily walk, though. They don't shamble. They kind of run at times. I guess it's kind of a mix on that. So I'll let it slide. But as far as zombie movies go, and as far as the stuff that's come out here recently, I thought this one was quite well. All you get on here is some extras. There's not really no, there's trailers. I mean, there's no extras. So this is a release that's bare bones as you're going to get. I'm not sure why they do that so much here lately. I don't know why you don't really get, with these type of releases, why you don't get some extras on them. I'm not sure why they're still just doing DVD only on these, but nonetheless, it's a solid little indie horror flick that probably exceeds its own expectations. I don't know if you're going to be talking about it in 5 or 10 years, but I do think that if you stumble upon it and give it a watch, that you're not going to regret that, and you're probably going to at least say, hey, that movie wasn't that bad. So that's Deadsight, and it's directed by Jesse Thomas Cook. Better than I thought it was going to be, which says a lot in some cases, and I think it says pretty good for this one right now.